Well, hello, and we are back. Yesterday, obviously, we had our dice making as we're putting our push on towards affiliate, but today, I've got the pleasure of opening and putting together this. This is the TX130 Sabre Tannk, which I'm getting ready for an upcoming Star Wars Legion tournament here in Truro, which is at Tabletop Workshop, and also some new dice that we are doing for vehicles of Star Wars Legion, so hopefully they'll be released soon. Hey Fluffy, how you doing? I've got the mic a little closer today because my voice and my throat killing. And I've got a stream tonight, so let us know if the music's too loud, let us know if it's too quiet. This video will be going up onto the YouTube, although the music has just turned itself off for some reason. I guess I'll put it back on. Very strange. There we go. Hopefully that stays on there. Right, so we're opening this up and we're going to take a quick look at the cards and stuff, and then we'll get to putting it together. So, what I do like is they put them in these cardboard sleeves for all of the Legion stuff, which protects the cards, which I really like. They just give it that little extra bit of pizzazz. Right, let's have a quick look at what is going on here. So, now I've got everything out the sleeve. So, everything obviously with Legion comes on a sprue. And you get these nice big baggies, so forgive the noise as I pull those apart. And since Atomic Mass have taken over as well, like the level of detail that goes into things is just incredible. So I'm not sure if this one was a Fantasy Flight one or not though, but either way, it's pretty good. Why do you keep stopping? That's really frustrating. It's all going well today. So I'll leave that on there and just see what happens. Right, so you get your booklet with it, which is your standard how to put things together, which I will probably have to follow if I'm being perfectly honest, because I've not put one of these together before. And sometimes they have very fiddly parts. If it's anything like the AA5 speeder truck though, it might even hold itself together without glue. But, seems pretty simple. I'll throw that to one side for now, and then we'll see where we get to. Let's have a look at the cards before we get to anything else. So you've got your standard unit card there. We can see it's got armor, which means that you cancel all hit results, only crits get through. You've got Arsenal 2, so you can fire 2 of your weapons in your weapon pool at the same time. We've got Hover, so it's a repulsor vehicle, and you can move over certain terrains. Outmaneuver, so you can spend dodge tokens to cancel crit results. And we've got weak point rear and side, so you take hits from the side. And on the back there, it's got a bit on what the necessary words are. So we've got crit 1, which is while converting offensive surges, you can change up to 1 surge to a crit. And fixed front, so the defender must be inside your front-facing arc. Come on, focusing on that. To take a shot at them. And impact 2, which means every time you hit, so I'll do it on that one then, you can change 2 of those hits up to crit. You got some lovely art on there as well. But that's the unit. We've got Ayla Sakura. So we have our blue Twi'lek, who gets gunned down on Felucia by the clones during Order 66. This is one of your essentially pilots for the tank, so commanders for them, which comes with the little gear stick upgrade slot. This gives you Field Commander and Inspire 2, so that's pretty good. Veteran Clone Pilot for 7, which I think has been eroded down to 4 or 5 points. Lets you get Surges and stuff like that, which is pretty good, probably the best one. Plo Koon, which gives you Agile, which lets you get 2 dodge tokens after you perform a standard move, which is, again, pretty good. So if you've got things like Target 1 and Cody, you can like give them aim tokens, move, you get the dodges, and then you can spend your actions rallying or doing whatever you need to do. You've got the weapons, TX130 twin laser turret, 3 black dies. TX130 beam cannon turret. This allows you to perform 2 more attacks at different units directly afterwards. It's pretty nasty. High energy shells, armor piercing shells, bunker buster shells. Same with the LAAT. Link targeting array, which gives you target 1, so when you're issued an order, you get an automatic aim token, and HQ uplink, which means during the issue order step of the command phase, issue an order to yourself, which allows you to then rally that every turn if you're getting your Agile 2 and you're getting your aims from Cody or his order. So that's pretty good, you get your standard things. And one of the things that we're doing here at Dragonborn Industries, obviously, these tokens here, which for the vehicle damage, I met a gentleman called Paul recently who we're hoping to do some stuff here on the channel with. But he said that actually this system, they don't do a dice for it and a dice works better. So we're bringing out a dice soon, 4 vehicles with the 4 schemes of, well, the 4 factions, technically 5 hopefully soon, with what we're creating to give you a vehicle dice. So hopefully, I think I'll put some prototypes up on my Instagram, but yeah, I'm working on some of those at the moment. Obviously the base for this is huge. That is a 6-inch base, I believe that is, which is pretty nasty. But I'm going to get that all painted up Geonosian style. I'm going to make sure it's all red and sandy to fit in with the rest of my Grand Army of the Republic theme that I'm going for. But yeah, I mean, like, compared to my hand, that's pretty big. I think that's about the same size as... I'm not sure if the ATST is as big as this, but yeah, it's big. I certainly know that my other repulsor vehicles aren't. And then we've got the sprues with the really loud plastic noise, so I'm sorry about that. I'll get rid of that now, and then we'll sod that off. So let's have a look through. We've got one of our repulsor stands here. So these are like these little clear acrylic stands which go underneath them and then attach to the base. They're really quite cool because you can barely see them, and it still gives it that effect of hovering, and they just kind of like sit on those bases. Really nice when you glue them down. So I'm looking forward to doing those. I put those on after I've done basing my bases, but I leave a little circle for it. So I'll put like that on, and then I'll make sure there's an area that I don't cover, so that stays flat even after it's painted, and then it looks normal. And I think Dragon Skull Studios and I are looking at doing a possible terrain basing series or something soon with his channel, so I think we'll do that, and then I'll probably end up doing this base or something along that if it's anytime soon before the tournament. Right then, let's get to seeing what we've got in here. So, this looks like one of the sides, so I'm just going to lay everything out and just have a quick look at it. So it looks like I've got the main body base there. Some little greebles and extras, like little details like on the vents and all the wires and stuff. I love that. Let's have a quick... So that one goes with that one. That must be the opposite side. And there is all of our missiles, our pilots and commanders. I like that they're in the heavy clone armor as well. We've got our turret guns. I think, though, I'm going to try and find Plo and Ayla and 3D print them, because I really would quite like to have changeable commanders on the tank. I'm probably going to have to get the instructions, though, and work out what we're doing here, because, let's face it, that's a lot of sprue. So, we're going to follow the steps just there. I'm going to put that down just there, and then I guess we'll get to building. So, we are looking at one of these first. Which one are we looking for? A04. A15. This one here. So we're going straight to these side pieces. I've got my little schnips. These are like flat edged, so like they're curved around and then they're flat. And I like these because they just give me that like really close to the sprue cut. And then I use a hobby knife to go in and just take any rough areas off. So we are looking at A04 first, which is this piece right here. Nice and flat to the body. Hopefully it won't take too long to build this. So I'd like to ideally get it primed up today as well so that I can paint it over the next few days. And get my clone army, or clone battalion, ready to go. Decided to go with the theme of the 212th. So, Obi-Wan's Legion. And I know Obi-Wan's not overly used in Legion because he's too expensive, but thematically I just like playing lists that are thematic, you know? I am now looking for AO2, which I think is over here. Yeah, AO2. I might do is change the music. Let's go with, yeah, bit more Coruscant style. So again, I'm just gently taking that knife across those bits of sprue that we've taken off. I'm not going too far, just enough to smooth it out a little bit. Then so if that's that way, this must go in here somewhere, I'm assuming. These nodules here. What I don't like doing, when I've not built something before, is gluing it together after, well, without having tested it first. It's very odd because these are like little bits that it looks like it should go onto just there, but then they seem like they're the, oh no, there you go, I've got it to fit. I was struggling to get those on there, and then all of a sudden, on it goes. That's why we like to do that before I glue anything, so I don't make any mistakes and have to pull anything apart. As I learned that the hard way with the speeder truck the first time I built one. Let's have a look. We're looking for AO3, I think. Yep, AO3, which is this grate down here. This one goes in facing outwards, which I'm assuming goes in there like so. Don't think that's going to need any gluing, because I think it's going to be held in place by this bit. One empty sprue. When it's only very light amounts of sprue that's left, I tend to take the knife and angle it away from you, then just like rub it over like you're spreading butter. And I find that just peels those little extra bits off. There's that one. This is going to need some glue on this bit, but I'm just going to have a quick look, see if it locks together on its own. So it'll be like this, which is one of our sides. But I am going to glue. It's not bad though, to be honest. I'm going to need some more glue soon. I've only got a little bit on each of those. Hold that together. I do find I use Super Glue Accelerator a lot, but at the moment with the Legion stuff, I've not needed to really. It holds together quite well on its own, and it's only when I need like really fiddly bits to stick together, that's when I tend to use it for the Legion stuff. one side to a Sabre Tannk. I'll put that down just there so that it stays together. And then we'll move on to the next bit. So it looks like we're looking at the side missile pods. So we'll find those next. We're looking at A08 and A21. So pod right and pod left. A08 and A21. A08. So there's A21. Where is A08? Over here. So actually I'm going to keep these to one side because it looks like we've got sides of the vehicles. So let's put this one over here with A21 and this one's A08. Again, take those excess sprue bits off with the back end of the knife. Before we get the next ones. Then we've got A12 and A11, 4 and 2. Right. Not on that one. Yeah, so here is A11. So they are the missiles themselves. Those onto each side, and we also need a 12 for 2, which is the missile couplets. There they are. So let's have a look. We've also got oh, cool. So you can have it like in several different configurations, which is really cool. So this is something I like with Legion, is they give you options sometimes. So we've got like completely open here where we can have like the missile doors opening, or we can have them completely closed. That's very cool. So I'm going to have them partly open because that's nice and fun. And let's have a look at how we're doing this. So the first one, I believe it's going to go straight in there, like so. We'll take off those extra bit of sprue, just to make sure that we don't have anything ugly poking through when we go to prime and paint. Cool. Oh, it's going to need a little bit of glue. Whoop. I'm just trying to kiss it with the glue here. I don't want too much. I don't want to splurge out all over the place and make a massive mess. But I do want some accelerator. Which is this stuff. Super glue accelerator. I like this because it takes about 10 seconds for it to dry, and if you've got something fiddly, like these little missiles, which are, you know, compared to my fingernail there with my beat up nails, are really hard to hold in place. So it's nice to have something that just will set within a few seconds. I mean, that's in there. I don't need to hold it too much now. We'll just let that one be. I guess the next one coming out that way. Sure is. So, same again. We're going to put a little bit on this one this time, and then we're going to... Ooh, that was a bit too much. get some of that off. There we go. Just kiss it. There you go. Within a few seconds, that is now in there and together, which is what we're after. Taking all the extra sprue bits off, just making sure. There we go. So this one should hopefully sit. In there. Yeah, cool. So, we'll do the same thing once more. Tiny little dabs. Get into the right position. And we have missiles coming out, ready to be launched. So that's the first one. Let's have a look at the second, which will be that way round. Right. That's the first one in. Make sure we get this the right way around. And that's why we like the accelerator. Just holds really quickly. A little bit of sprue left there, actually. There we go. We have the start of our 2 missile launchers for the sides of our vehicle. Now we need the covers, which is a 13 and 14. Right here. So let's look at where these go. So the big one is towards the top. I think we want it that way round. Yeah. So I'm going to use that lip just there. And again, because this one's such an awkward piece, I am going to use that accelerator again just to hold it in place for those few seconds so that I've got that time to work. Well, later on, really. I just need to hold it in place so it's open. If I sit here for 2 minutes doing it, there's a risk I could slip with my clumsy hands. With it not being a protruding part, it shouldn't snap off because obviously One thing about Accelerator is it does make the glue more brittle. But only for, like, if you had it, like, on an arm or something that protrudes from the Mini, then it's easy to take off. But something like this, it should be absolutely solid. You're not going to get in there and take it off. There's that one. Oop, there we go, slipped, but it's okay. So I have got a little bit of glue on the top there, which, there you can see it just there in the middle. I will probably sand that off in a bit, get a little bit of 1000 grit on there or something, or use a nail file, just so that it's not like a blemish when we get to it. I mean, it'll probably sit in with a tank quite well, and you can probably paint it up to be scarring or battle damage, but right now we don't necessarily want to do that. So, we're assembling the left thrusters. Okay, so we have our left. I presume it's going to be that one there. Yeah, cool. So we need A09 and A10. Just over here. There's A10. And we're going to need A09, which should be this one here. Just going to smooth off those edge bits there so we've got no like lumps or bumps. We don't want anything to not fit together nicely. And then we'll carry on with the left thrusters. Hello Hagley, how you doing? We're back. We're building some TX130s. I say some, just the one. We're gonna carry on with the affiliate push. However, this is gonna get fiddly. So that one's gonna go there. I think that one's gonna go there. Yeah, cool. So it's like putting Lego together. It's frustrating in the sense that, like, obviously the diagrams go like that, but it doesn't quite give you the angles and the exact slots. So that's somewhat frustrating, but I'm sure I'm a big enough boy to work it out. All good so far. So far, so good. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, it's a new day. It's really humid and damp where we are. And, I think I'm going to have to put the heating back on soon. Right, so that's the front of the thrusters. Which again, we're looking at the bits here. We've got to like line all of these bits up and get them just in there. Nice and snug, you know. Yeah, same for you, is it? It's uncomfortable. It's not awful. There are certainly worse climates to be in, like the cold. Okay, so that one will sit onto there like so. hold that one in place. I don't need any accelerator on that. We're just going to let that one do its own melting of the plastic and whatnot. That is, I think, that pretty much that entire side. Almost done. So we need to get AO7 and AO6. There's AO6. I'm looking forward to painting this, although I am also not sure what I'm going to do with it. I know that I'm going to still do it in the 212 scheme that I've been doing the rest of the army, but as to which panels, I may follow the box, I don't know yet. I may keep it all mostly grey, I might do it with the airbrush. We will see. Right, so we've got... that one's going to go into there. Nope, they're going to go on top of each other first. That's why it doesn't look right. Do I need to glue this one together? Yeah, probably best do. Right. Let's put a little smidge here and there. I don't think it's going to need too much. These models seem to hold themselves together really well. And like the AA5 speeder truck, you don't actually need to use glue. Hello, shifting to Wolf. Bork. How you doing? Ah. Good afternoon to you too. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the show. We are missing out today on painting up the monster manual because unfortunately Richard couldn't make it, and we'll be back next week for that one, for our little painting challenge and one-shot shows. So this week I'm getting a TX130 Sabre Tannk ready for a Star Wars Legion tournament I've got coming up, and some new dice we're bringing out. So I'm starting to put it together. Yeah, doing really well. Oh, Vertigo and Tinnitus messing up my schedule, otherwise pretty decent. Tinnitus sucks. I go like deaf in one ear every now and again and get like beep, and it's awful. The Vertigo though, that is something. I really feel for you there. Yeah, sorry to hear that, that's awful. But hopefully it'll clear up soon and you'll have a better day. But if not, hang on in there. Right. Trouble here is I'm not sure if I'm supposed to glue that bit in just yet, so I'm not going to, just until I've got the other bits ready, because it's got that like swivel pin and there's only one of them, so I'm wondering if it's a choice of where you want it to be placed. I'm going to leave that one where it is, and then I'm going to move on to, I guess, the other side of the thrusters. I stood up this morning and my brain basically went laundry machine mode activate. Yeah, that's awful. And I think a lot of us who have suffered with vertigo before or anything like that, it's not pleasant. It's nauseating, and you've got to take that time to look after yourself. And I hope it doesn't stay around for too long, because it's just not fun. But right now, we're doing a lovely push for affiliate, as we now have the time over the summer to kind of sit here and do the shows. Yeah, fingers crossed for you too. Yeah, we're hopefully getting some new shows on the way. So hoping to release on Monday nights a Legion show where a friend of ours, Paul, is going to be teaching us how to play Legion and showing us like the basic, and then we'll have like battle reports and stuff. Tonight, I'm taking part in a D&D stream with Band of Badgers run by Midnight Tower, where we're starting their Hunter's Full Moon trilogy, which is going to be really exciting. I'm very excited for that. My custom dice are nearly ready. I started inking them yesterday, but I need to wait for the next set of faces to dry before I finish those up. And they're the prototypes for some that hopefully will be coming to store again real soon. We've been doing some dice streams during the day, where I have a mountain of dice I need to sand and polish and get ready. Gotta love some good old D&D. Well, Hagley here in chat as well is D&D Painter 76 on Instagram, and we've done a few shows together with the Badgers, and he's just a phenomenal painter, and yeah, we've just got a nice little small community going at the moment, which is really awesome. So, yeah, today's just going to be a nice chilled show as we keep the stream content going as we try and push towards affiliate. So if you like what you see, do feel free to give us a follow. We always appreciate it. Hagley, no worries, man. Always a pleasure. Like I say, having a few weeks of being quiet on here was... thanks, Shifting to Wolf. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I should have, however, alerts set up. And for some reason, they're not showing up. So I don't know why that is. I will have to look into that soon. But thank you. Right. This is where we struggled earlier. But I got it this time. So I find that I don't need to glue these bits in, because the other side of the thruster is going to keep it there. So those bits are just there, and then we're going to put some glue on this side just here. And then carry on putting it together. Eager for next Sunday for some more D&D. Me too. Now this is where I have to work out with your name whether you are somebody in my D&D group and I haven't worked that out yet, or you also D&D on a Sunday. Because we got back to one of our campaigns this Sunday just gone, and I had the best of times. It was great. No, cool. Just make sure. There's a couple of people in my group that use Wolf a lot in their name, so I didn't know if they'd created another Twitch account or not. So for a minute there, I was like, hang on a minute. Do I know you? But, yeah, we game on a Sunday. That's one of our home games. And, yeah, we got back to it last Sunday, and we'd had like a 2 or 3 month break. And, yeah, we just started our campaign. I think this will be our 4th session. Oh, awesome. That's so cool. I love the start of campaigns. Tell me about it. Like, what's your character? What's your race? You know, how are you finding it? Is it your first campaign? Is it like one of many? I'm going to grab these bits here that we had on the other side. You're the note keeper of the gang. Sucks to be you. I am not. I am very bad at keeping notes. Mainly because most things stay in my brain. But I get too involved. And as someone who gets really into their characters, I love the RP. And yeah. I forget to take notes. So first ever campaign, and I'm loving it. We're currently keeping our races and classes hidden from one another, but we're slowly figuring it out. Thought they still think I'm just a human cleric. I never said I was human. I said I was humanoid. Oh, wow. So you are really keeping it secret. So no elven ears giving it away, or like a tabaxi cat face that's like, well, you're clearly a cat. We like secrets, and we like the slow reveal of a story. It's kind of what it's all about, especially as a player when you get to create a story as part of the world. Yeah, I freaking love tabletops. I probably doubt it. There's only a few people in stream this early. Safe to blab. Go for it. You tell me some of your secrets and I'll tell you some of ours from our campaign. Because I don't think my players are in here. Nice. Fallen Asimar Grave Cleric. Boom. What a choice. That's very, very cool. I love the Grave Cleric. It's got such good abilities. Like that ability to cancel crits is life-saving. It's a game-changing ability to be like, you're still going to get hit, but at least it's not, you know, going to be god-awful. Because certainly around our table, we have homebrew crit rules. And one of our crit rules is basically, instead of doubling whatever you roll, we max the dice, we add the modifier, and then we roll again. So if, like, the players score a crit, they're, like, really hitting. However, if the monsters or the BBG scores a crit, it's big. It's really big. Yeah, brutal crits, and it's amazing because like it's nuts. So having a Grave Cleric and being able to go, that's not a crit. Game changer for that kind of system. And you pick Warcaster as a feat. Fair play to you. It is the best spellcasting feat as it is. Like being able to like opportunity attack with a spell is awesome. But that's the back end of the other thrusters on. So we have the two of those now. Yeah, I adore D&D and tabletops, and it's nice, especially through the badges, that I've been. I don't have a problem being the forever DM. I love the DM seat, and I love GMing games. But it's nice to sometimes take a back seat, and the reason I don't take notes is because I've not written it. So I'm like, yeah, let's go for it, and just have some fun. And it's nice to just sit back and be a player. I may or may not have disintegrated the bugbear that way. Yeah. I gave him a pat with Inflict Wounds, and well, it didn't end well with him. Inflict Wounds is nasty, and it's like one of the clerics' like big hitters. When you like, yeah, get in there and like crit with it, it's just brutal. But if you take like, I've seen people combo up to get like min-max, taking Cleric Wizard, having a familiar, and then having that like go off and deal it for you from a distance. And when that crits as well, nobody knows where it comes from. It's like somebody just shrivels up and dies. It's pretty brutal. Right, so I now need A24 and A25. That is these bits over here. Yeah, some people love to min-max, some people don't. I'm very much an RP player. I adore buffing. Yeah, no worries. No pressure to hang around and chat. But yeah, I adore buffing characters, so I like to be a support character. There you go. Yeah, Hagley, feel free to always put things in chat. Same for anybody else. You know, feel free to use the platform to promote your own socials, your own Twitch, your own YouTubes. You know, as long as it's within the community, I'm very happy. And you're not trying to sell Bitcoin or whatever. Unless you've got some Bitcoin for me, Hagley, then I'll take it. Is Bitcoin still a thing? Is that still going on? I imagine it is. People put too much money in it for it to die, I guess. Right, does that just go straight together? Let's have a look. No. So we need AO5 for 2. AO5. If I only Bitcoin, all the fun stuff. Yeah. If, I can't believe how expensive it got. And I get that that was the point of it, to be like a limited amount, but I don't know, for me it was like, well, I can't buy bread with it right now, so it's not going to feed me or my kids. Now I have to work out which way up these ones go. So we are looking at that way. And again, I'm not going to glue these parts in because it looks like they are moving parts. So I'm just going to glue the top down to this one just here. Using small amounts of that glue. Not going too far. We don't need to splooge out the sides. And I'm not going to use the accelerator here because I wanted time to make sure that these panels can still move. They all sit together nice and flush. So that should be the first bit. Just there, we've got these like little panels here that move. So that'll be quite fun. Then we're attaching it to these bits here. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's awesome. Which side's the long side? want to say it goes there, but I also don't want to make a mistake. I'm wondering if I put those in the wrong side. Hopefully I can switch over because I didn't use the accelerator. This is the bit I don't like doing. There's one, there's the other. Let's try that. There we go. Wow. We made a dog's dinner out of that. I'm just trying not to use too much of the glue on there. So you still want parts to move. So we now have the base of a TX130 together. Let's have a look at this bit over here so we can get the other back vent and thruster together. Right, that's that one there. Again, I'm not going to glue this one in because that pinhole there, it's only one, so I'm wondering if like it's supposed to be like these bits that move here that are all glued together. I'm wondering if these are supposed to move as well. So I'm going to leave those be for the time being. I'm just going to have them ready to go, and then we're going to crack on with the next bit. And I've still put it together wrong. What am I doing? No worries, shifting. I'm putting things together wrong, so now having to pull them apart. That's fine. Just want to ease it. And this is why we didn't use the accelerator earlier, because we didn't want to like leave any like big bad bits. Okay, there's that one. Help if I did things the right way round. So are you loving D&D then if you're only a few sessions in? How's it been for you? Has it been a crazy learning experience, or has it been something that you've been wanting to do for a while? Or is it just a random, hey, we've got the time, let's do this, and let's go? So I'm just going to apply a little bit of glue to that bit that I've just had to pull apart there, just to make sure it's nice and smooth and back together. the same on the other side, now that we know we've got it the right way around. This is one of the reasons that I don't like to add too much glue early on, so that we have that time to go back and change anything if we make a mistake. I've been wanting to do it for a while. I've been homebrewing stuff for fun for a few years, but time zones made it rather difficult to find a proper group. Yep. And then one of my UK friends was like, I can DM a group. Awesome. So I'm going to presume from that you are also in the UK then. And that's awesome if you manage to find people who are like ready to go and wanting to play. That's the main thing, is finding people who are keen. And then from there, if people are keen, it will be a case that people will want to play and keep showing up to sessions. And that's all it's about, really. Oh, cool, Belgium's lovely. So we're starting with Tales of Phandalin, and if everyone's on board, we're homebrewing beyond that. Nice. So I'd played a few TTRPGs, and I'd started with Starfinder, which is a sci-fi-based system off Pathfinder. And that was my, like, hook that got me into TTRPGs. And I then started DMing for our group as a DM in 2017 or 18, maybe. And was just hooked. And I love the DMC, I really do. And it's not necessarily a power thing, I just love creating worlds, and I love taking players' backstories and just like incorporating them in and like building new areas. And yeah, I'm a big fan of it. And like, we got some friends moved back down to where we are in the UK. Yesterday they came over for like a session 0 where we built like a town and a city, and it was just awesome to like go back into that world building as a group again from the beginning. So yeah, it's very, very awesome. Welcome to D&D, it's just the best game in the world. So we're now looking at the upper hull. A26 and A27. That's A27. Now we need A26. Which is not on that sprue, it's on this sprue, right here. So how big's the party then? How big's your D&D adventuring group? One's going to sit there. So I haven't glued these bits together either. I'm just getting them in place and making sure I know where they fit before I start messing it with the glue like I did earlier on. A29. So this will be the cowl of the tank. That will sit. Potty's 5 permanent members, 1 new DM to be joining as possible permanent member as well. Oh, awesome! 5's a good number. It's the action economy's perfect for like 4 to 5 players. You can have more. I mean, groups like Crit Roll have 7, 8 players at a time, and loads of other groups online have loads more players. I've certainly had more than 5 at a table, but 5's like a magic number. You get like just above the average challenge rating of monsters, you get good action economy against bad guys, and it's quite well balanced for 4 to 5 players, so it's yeah, it's a good group to have. You're not all fighting over each other for too much talking time either. So now I need 28, 33 and 31. Which is not. Oh no, 31's there. That's 33. So have you managed to fight any classic D&D monsters yet, or what have your combats been like? Or is it mostly RP? An Etin that early on. What level are you guys? Etins are brutal. I got bad during that. I travels and rolled an Etin encounter. Ouch. Yeah, random encounters will do that. It's interesting because I really like random encounters. I love it when it's like really low level stuff like wolves and bandits. But like every now and again, the players get a bit complacent with it and forget that like Etins, giants, dragons can all turn up on the random encounter tables. We just reached level 3 at the end of our session, Etin encounter, when we were level 2, but I think with 5 level 2s and 2 level 3 NPCs we managed. Yeah, so that's good. That's a very good large party to take on something that big. And the only trouble is, like, if you take a hit, you got to hope somebody else can get you up or stabilize you. So, yeah, good on those guys for saving you from death. So it looks like these are going to be the fiddlier bits for the top of the tank. Since I'm the tankiest of the group, I ran to the front, and the Etin whacked me, and the NPC. It dealt a whopping 17 damage to me, and 1 non-crit blow. I have 24 health. Oof. Yeah, low levels. The damage output of a giant kin is pretty big. And yeah, good on them for getting you back up. It's always scary when you almost lose a character. It's like, oh, it's just a game, it's just a game. Real emotions? Huh. And then you are fighting to keep your characters alive for so long, and it's one of the reasons I love the game. A32 next. Should be this one just here. And again, I'm going to go in with the knife, just take off those extra sprue bits, and we're going to make it ready for painting. So let's click that. Right. I do believe this one should go in here. But again, I'll do it without the glue to begin with. So we should have this back end to the turret of the tank, like that. I tried to inflict wounds on the giant, but missed and instead awkwardly caressed the Etin's thigh. According to the DM, he didn't like that. No, unfortunately, you're a small, puny morsel of food to an Etin, and going up and caressing their thigh is probably not going to gain you any favour. Inflict wounds is great, and I found that like anytime I played a cleric, I've like run up and be like, yeah, inflict wounds, and then that's happened to me, and you're like, oh, yeah. It's basically, why not? It's one of those moments where like it's so tense and like things like that break the tension, and you're just like, yeah, love it. Right, so this one's gonna sit, I believe, that way round in here. Again, I'm just double checking before I apply any glue, because I don't want to do what I did earlier and get things the wrong way around. Okay. So that one will sit into the back just there. Wow. That is some low-level near-deaths continuously happening. Got to roll those safe random encounter checks. Breathe a sigh of relief, be like, oh, there's nothing here. So for this bit here, just because it's nice and in place, I'm going to go in on the inside with some glue, and then I'm just going to spray that with the activator. I think I've just sprayed the activator directly on the edge of my glue nozzle, so I will deal with that shortly. And that should hold most things in place there. Right, to be fair, she was attacked by 6 Sturge. She ran ahead of the party, got 4 attached to her. Yeah, they are... It's really interesting, the Sturge, because obviously they're like blood-sucking monsters, but they're like really low CR, they're really low HP, they deal really low amounts of damage, but loads of them as a swarm. And all of a sudden it's like, they hit you, they're doing damage, they suck your blood, you're down. And it's like, oh. It's, yeah, really, it's like them and Brain Dogs, like really easy ways to kill the party very fast, which is going to end your story, but yeah, they can be real pest. That's how it was revealed she had vampiric lineage. She grabbed one that attacked her and basically turned it into a Capri Sun. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. Vampire lineage as well. That's very interesting. So, the person who has vampire lineage, do they get like disadvantage in sunlight and stuff? Is it like you only travel at night, or and seeing how I'm a cleric and servitude of Kelmvor, we now have some issues to deal with. Yeah, you do. You absolutely do. So we're going to get some glue onto this bit here. So far, this tank has gone together really, really lovely. It's, minus my own mistakes earlier with these thruster wings, it's actually fitting together snugly. I'm not having to like force anything. Yeah, it's going really well. Shifting, well, we don't really know. All we know so far is that she sneaks out at night to apparently go and feast on children's nightmares. Wow! Okay. Super spooky. So are you guys playing online then, are you? If you've got a UK GM and a group of people. There goes the cockpit. Oh, as for my own background, I had a past life where my soul betrayed an evil deity, was killed and sent to the fugue plane. He decided to punish me for my betrayal and making my soul eternally bound to this. Wow. That's a good way of getting the Grave Cleric in. Also a good lead into Eldritch. So if you end up going Warlock as well, that could be interesting. That's that one there. That's an empty sprue. We'll get rid of that. So, I think we're almost there, you know. Let's have a look. We've got that one on and that one on. Yeah, we're on the back of the booklet now. So, let's have a look at the turret. In other words, if my character dies and can't be revived, I will be reincarnated into other people in his service. Already have a paladin and a warlock prepped. Nice. So are you like planning to like keep your memories and stuff like that, or is it a re-learning process of an adventure if you do die? Yeah, it's online. Yeah, I figured it would be. How do you find playing online? Do you guys use like Roll20? Do you just use like Discord? Because we play with the Badgers online through StreamYard, and that's pretty good. But yeah, because I'm used to I'm pretty used to doing in-person games like here in the studio and around the table. So it was interesting for me moving online and trying not to talk over people. No memories. My character has no idea their soul is locked in for eternal servitude. Ouch! So they just have to suffer and go through and work out and then die and work it all out again. I feel sorry for your character. That must be painful. But I love it. Nothing like a tragic backstory. Or a painful one that you can play on for the RP. And especially when like party interests can conflict, but like you've got to find a way to resolve them. Yeah, that's part of the punishment. We use Forge Foundry, Virtual TT. Awesome. How is it? It's one of the ones I haven't used. Is it quite easy to get on with as a player? And I assume it's got loads of mapping stuff on there that the GM can like use layers and stuff. It's great to fight as a player. It's amazing to use and customizable dice. Nice. I am all about the dice. As a dice maker, that's my thing. So do you guys use digital dice because your DM wants to see what you roll? And it's more open that way, or is it a... you just prefer digital dice? Kelnvor is lawful neutral, so seeing how I betrayed an evil deity for the greater good, he punished me but didn't stick me to the wall of faithless. Yep. God, imagine that endlessly just being part of the wall. Brutal. So we've got the twin, the beam cannon going onto the turret here. And then we're going to carry on trying to put that together. We need a mount. So technically I'm false under... yeah, it's interesting because, like, obviously, like, it depends on your DMGM. Obviously, like, if they're using, like, as rules as written Pantheon, then yeah. But things can change, and it's all about, like, you know, finding what works and what's the best fit and interpretations of things. Oh, really? It's like the one thing you get to buy as a D&D player is dice. And the one thing I get to make, which is awesome. I am a dice goblin. I have dice for many different things for my own players. I do have a full dice set. One from a D&D stream. Oh, nice! That's awesome. Congratulations. Who was the stream? Who do you like to watch as D&D? We will be doing a giveaway here. Once we hit affiliate, we will be doing a giveaway for one of our chunks. So at Dragonborn Industries, we make our dice and we like to have fun, but you can only get hold of one of the bigger chunks, which are not in my dice tray. Let's have a look if I've got one over here that I'm working on. Yeah, let's have a look at that one. So, size comparison wise, the different sets that we do or are about to add to our store. Even Blair Art. I feel like I know that name. If you've got a link, post it in chat, and I will go check it out, and if not, follow and all the other goodness. But yeah, so we're going to be doing a giveaway soon. We tend to do them every now and again. But the giveaways that we do are for our chunks. So this is a regular D20 size that we do. This is one of the chunk sets that we do. So we do whole sets that are a little bit larger. And then we have these ones, and these are our chunky chunks. And so far, we don't sell these. We only do them as competitions. So we will be doing some more of those. There's definitely going to be one when we hit affiliate. There'll be one when we hit partner. There'll be one when we hit 1,000 on TikTok. One when we hit 5,000 on my personal Instagram, which is the Dragonborn Bard. And then when we hit 500 on Instagram for the Dragonborn Industries channel. And yeah, so we're going to be doing some giveaways at certain points. I will go and follow this now. Let me just jump out of the users in chat. Nope. Let's click on that, and then I shall there we go. I wasn't already following, so thank you for the heads up. I'm a big fan of finding new content creators out there. I won kind of see-through pink. Oh, Kraken dice are great. Kraken dice are really lovely. Been a few inspirations for some of the ones that I've done previously in the past and stuff, and yeah, they're just really good. Really, really good. Right, I need 41, 42. So that's 41, that's 42. I really like Foxy Poxy. She is phenomenal. Lizard Lady Dice. Toffee Hobo Dice. They're all very, very good. Very, very inspiring when it comes to the creation of dice. But yeah, we're hoping to get a stock drop going pretty soon. I've been working on it for ages, and between running out of energy and doing other adult things, I've been putting off a lot of my work. But yesterday we had a dice stream where we were just sitting around polishing up a prototype set, which will hopefully become a set in the store. I've got a mountain of them next to me that need finishing before I add them. Yeah, so keep an eye out on the socials and on here for giveaways and for stock drops, really. Oh, nice! That's awesome. I will have to, like, the dice making community is so awesome. Though I think she's taking a forceful break. Ah, ouch. Yeah, surgery on the hands isn't great if you need to sand and polish. It's not what you want. But yeah, I hope they recover and get back to it. But the dice making community is amazing. It's so good, and like what I find is that like nobody's like, no, that's my technique, and they don't want to share. They're always so happy to be like giving with the information of like how they do their art and how to do certain styles and to like share the love. And I freaking love the tabletop community for that. And the dice making community as well is just the same. And yeah, I wouldn't have been able to start this channel, the business, the shop without that kind of community input. So I'm just holding the blasters together at the moment. I need to work out which way we're going. So I will probably do this one as open. Yeah. Let's just get some more glue on here, and then we will crack on with getting the end of this tank together. Almost there. It's actually gone together relatively well, minus my own mistakes, which was dumb of me. It's actually been really fun and not frustrating in any way to get this together. I find a lot of the Warhammer models can sometimes be like super fiddly. But actually this has been a real pleasure. So that should be the beam turret we have there. We've got the pegs down there for the commander. And that will sit just in there. I'll actually take it off first and put that one into this bit. So we have, so far, still movable thrusters on the side. Just need to get the blasters on there, really, and get the commander all put together. And I think it's safe to say we're going to be done. Hopefully next week we're going to be back with painting up the monster manual, which is our painting challenge where Richard from Warrior Prince and I go through and we try and paint up the monster manual, monster by monster, 1 hour, 1 mini, and I make him roll initiative against it at the same time as well with a random level 3 character. Blackwood dice. I have not heard of these. I will go and check them out now. Let's have a look. She has a Giga Chunk dice as well. Right, that's the chat one. Let's get rid of that. Let's have a look at boop, that one there. Oh, they're lovely. That's really nice. I like that kind of core amber set. That's lovely. Chromatic flames. Oof. Very, very cool. Oh, thanks for that. I love seeing other people's creations. That's amazing. I'm really looking forward to getting my next ones on the site and being able to like increase our stock. Very excited about the next stock drop because there's some very cool new things coming. And I had a lovely happy accident that's ended up in 2 new Rangers that should be coming out, which are our Eladrin sets and our Genasi sets. So yeah, I'll be using one of our Genasi sets tonight for the first time, the prototype set that I've been working on with the live stream with Band of Badgers, so twitch.tv/a Band of Badgers. And we will be going through any nominated Midnight Tower. Will be GMing the Hunter's Full Moon Trilogy, which is their own book. And yeah, we're going to be playing through that. And I'm very excited. I get to play a sub-race that I've written. And Tove, the DM, is just one of the nicest people you can meet. And so I've taken the sub-race of Elemental Dragonborns. So, yeah, I get to play a Dragonborn Bard for the first time ever, which is funny because that's my name. Yeah, I'm very, very happy with it. And I'm very excited to try this out because it'll be the first time I'm taking this sub-race live. And hopefully putting onto like the DM's Guild and stuff. So very excited to get it out there. Right, where are we up to with the tank? The tank is all but together. All I need to do now is the commander, which is this guy up here. So let's go. We're going to him just here. We'll get all the parts off and clear them up first. Yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to tonight. I always love starting a new campaign. We've got so it's Band of Badgers, who are a streaming channel and YouTube channel. They are the guys that are going to be hosting. Midnight Tower, who are a 5e supplement book, are going to be running it. Then we've got Diana Restrepo from Official Pryzo podcast and streams will be playing. And myself. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I really need to put more effort into my homebrewing, but my brain doesn't have enough mental spoons at the moment. Yeah, I feel you on that one. I had like a mental health dip the last couple of weeks. I was just like energy drained, and yeah, it's nice to be sort of like back on the horse again right now. But it's hard, you know, and that's fine. I think the best piece of advice I got for homebrewing was to always ask yourself why. And if you ask yourself why is this person here? Okay, why are they in charge? Why is it important for them to be in charge? What are their goals? Why is that their goals? And you'll end up just off like the question why, building an entire city and an entire world. Like, why does it run like this? Why does it do that? I had originally started making a few monster stat blocks and then was like, huh? D&D doesn't have enough Celtic monsters. Let's make Celtic Monster Manual. Yes! That's awesome. And it's one of the things I'm looking forward to with the Midnight Tower stream is, so Tove and Eric are from Denmark and Sweden, and theirs is very Norse inspired in terms of like the Pantheon and how it runs. So we're going to be playing in their own homebrew world of Eastern Faroe, which is now books you can buy. And yeah, I'm really excited. I figured it was going to be something like 60 pages maybe, stop counting when I reach 300. That's amazing! That's really, really cool. You should be very proud of yourself if you're up to that point. Especially if like you're only just getting into playing a campaign and you're 300 pages into writing a monster manual. That's nuts. Is that on the DM's Guild, or is that still something that you're working on? Is it available for us lowly peasants to view? Thanks for the Wizard of the Coast shenanigans. My friends convinced me to basically make a TTRPG, so now I added a magic system, crafting system, harvesting system, and deities. Yeah, so the Wizards of the Coast fiasco was a nightmare, and Eric and Tove were, and myself, because obviously like Dragonborn and stuff like that, a lot of it wasn't covered, and that's like my whole brand is about being the Dragonborn bard, and yeah, it was really worrying. And the fact that they could just be like, yep, that's ours now. And it was really just awful. So it was nice that it's gone back. But like, yeah, Eric and Toby, who write 5e supplements and like do Kickstarters that are very successful, it was like, oh God. Like, please don't do this, Wizards. It's awful. And hopefully they won't. I imagine in 6th edition they will probably bring it about. But they'll just lose players. And it'll be a real shame. And we can all carry on playing 5th edition. I am a big fan of Starfinder. I'm hoping to run some Starfinder games here on the channel, so I'll be going heavily into that one. So this is our commander. They have pegs for legs because they just sit into the turret, which I would have liked to have seen like Warhammer, a full body that you can take in and out and interchange, but I guess that's what it is. It's currently still a work in progress on Notion. I can give access to people, but due to how Notion works, I need their mail. Oh yeah, which I know. I'll wait for it to come out, but when it does come out, do by all means like make sure we know about it. And I love seeing other people's stories and works and monsters. It's one of the best things about the game. However, I may have put his arms a little bit too far down, so I'm just trying while that glue's still a little bit soft to get it going. There we go. And that is the commander in the turret. Just there. Though I need to add a few more lower level stuff in there. Some of the monsters are spicy. As a spicy meatball. And yeah, I think one of the best things to do is, that you probably already know if you're doing it, is to, I really like just reskinning monsters, especially at lower levels. So like taking a wolf and giving it like necrotic resistance, and then all of a sudden it's an undead one, and you just have to describe it differently. I like doing that because it's nice and easy, and you know thematically it works as long as like the encounter's balanced and stuff. But like, yeah, if you're creating your own like monster book of Celtic monsters, that's amazing. But yeah, I am actually done with the TX130. It is complete. We have all of that together, which is actually not been too long. It's been what? With chatting and with, you know, just chilling out and doing this, no rush. That was like an hour and a half to put this together, which is awesome. We've got that nice, huge base. We've still got the flight stand just there, which will sit onto it just like that. But apart from that, I will go off and get this primed now and get it ready for painting up and getting it put into the army. Hopefully, I will be back tomorrow with a stream. It'll probably be a dice making stream. I might even be back this afternoon with some dice sanding. Not too sure yet to see how things go. But until then, guys, thanks so much for taking part. Thank you anyone who joined in and followed. You know, we're trying to make that push for affiliate, so thank you so much. You can check us out on all the links just down there in the bottom. You've got the website and all of our socials. And yeah, thanks guys for taking part. It's been so fun just to chat to you all and chat D&D, which I adore. So thank you so much. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I might be back later or tomorrow. I don't know yet. But I'll let you know on the socials. And we'll see you around. Cheers, guys.